My name is Tyler. I'm a lot like you.
My name is Bonnie, and I'm a lot like you.
I've just always had this massive appetite for just experiencing the world in some sense, you know?
I like to act, I like to be in theater, I love the arts. I've always had a lot of friends, both men and women alike. I was never afraid of making friends of the opposite sex until I got into college, where a lot of the men that I began to meet, they began to take advantage of my kindness.
I don't remember necessarily when the abuse started, but I always knew that something wasn't right, and I remember trying to say something.
The first time I was raped, I just brushed it off because I didn't want to accept that it had happened.
I remember when they sent CPS over, I remember being told to not say anything about it.
The second time that I was raped, it was similar circumstance. I had assumed because I knew where he worked, I knew that I would see him again, that he was a good guy. And the first initial uncomfortable situation was when he asked for me to kiss him, and I refused. He picked me up and took me to the bedroom, and then he raped me. Running
away didn't work, fighting back didn't work, and then I found heroin when I was 15. When you're subjected to something that is so horrible, I didn't know how to deal with it.
I was filled with fear, and I felt the best decision would be to run away from it all. I decided that I would run to Georgia with a person I considered a friend. She meets a guy at a bar, and she moves in with him, and she drops me off at Marietta Motel. It didn't hit me until I had to stay in the Salvation Army shelter that I was really not okay.
When I was 17, I left for Washington State, and that was as far away as I could go. And my first year in Washington was pretty rough. I was stealing from grocery stores to eat,
I was living on bunk beds with about 30 other women. It just turned into a prison. That's what it felt like. I was in prison in my mind, and now I was in prison in the world.
There's a lot of times when I didn't know where I was gonna even sleep the next day. I slept in the shelter at Orion Center. I had no other real choices unless I wanted to sleep on the street.
I didn't have anybody to turn to. I couldn't go over a friend's house. I couldn't, call my mom to come pick me up or meet me at the coffee shop. I was literally 2,000 miles away from home and homeless.
I was depressed for so long. And it comes to a point that you can only take so much pain, And I wrote a suicide note. I said, I'm finally going home. I woke up, and it was 5 days later. I was in the ICU at Harborview, handcuffed to the bed. My lung had collapsed, feeding tube, breathing tube, catheter.
In this process, I was attacked and robbed, where I decided to run back to Seattle, Washington with no plan, no money, and no hope. And that's when I found out about Case-ARC and Project 360. Through Case-ARC and Project 360, I was able to meet my wonderful therapist, Emily, who really helped me to confront my demons.
I knew that something was horribly wrong and that I needed to do something about it. I had a friend who is a therapist who recommended Project 360 to me.
Case-ARC and Project 360 just really became like my home. Came to Emily every single day here. No one had these conversations with me. No one tells me a rapist is a rapist because they are, not because of who you are.
They were just how can we help? What else can we do? And it just felt really special. It was wonderful to have some people to guide me.
I wanted to get everything back that I had lost. And I knew that it wasn't ever going to be the same because I wasn't the same person. I got my housing, I got back into school. I just felt like I could do the things that I couldn't do in the about 3 years of homelessness and transitioning and trauma. I was ready to really just be a survivor, not a victim anymore.
For me, it's coming from such a long time of feeling damaged or broken or, a homeless person. Now I have this, expectation of myself to be better.
Now, I feel empowered. I feel like I am a lot stronger and wiser and mature. I think I'm ready to jump back into being a 22-year-old woman.
I'll never be able to find the words for how lucky I am. It was a gift that was given to me. I'm grateful for it. Anything is possible if you say it is, so say it.
I am strong.
I'm resilient.
I am blessed.
I know my path.
I am able.
Just like you.
I am just like you.
I'm loud.
I'm loud.
So be loud.
Be loud.